Good afternoon. My name is Stacy Echeverria, and I will be presenting my 5318 Instructional Design project. For my project, my focus is first grade students, and our topic is animal features. For the agenda today, I will be reviewing the course overview, the course documents, and course information. My audience for this project is my first grade students. My students will participate on a blended learning opportunity that focuses on science. My first grade students will gain knowledge of animal features and animal cycles and be able to apply their learning into real life situations. We will be utilizing the Learning Management System, or LMS, of Google Classroom. This design that I will be using will help my students because they are very familiar with Google, and since they are in first grade, they need that familiar approach. Let's take a closer look at what that Google Classroom looks like. In my Google Classroom, we will be divided, it is divided into several sections. It begins with the start here, and then it's divided into the different weeks my students will be utilizing in order to complete their assignments. Each section of the Google Classroom has different projects or topics that they need to complete each week. Some of the course documents that are going to be needed are the syllabus and a pacing calendar. These two particular documents are for the use of my students and of my parents so that they know which topic is upcoming, and they know the expectations for each topic. So let's look at some of those documents. First is the syllabus. The syllabus gives them the unit objective. It gives them the 5 weeks that are going to be projected into that Google Classroom, what they need, the expectations, the grade, how it will be calculated, and a range of what it each entails. It also gives them my contact information so that they are able to contact me at any point. The other part was the pacing calendar. The pacing calendar gives them just an overview of which days are going to be covered in each particular week. Some of the other documents that I utilized for this project are the 3-column Finks table and an outline. For the 3-column Finks table, I was able to come up with a goal, our big, hairy, audacious goal, in which students will investigate what physical features affect an animal's behavior and compare animal life cycles while utilizing Google Classroom LMS in their classroom to provide students with a blended learning opportunity. Within this table, I was able to identify 6 learning goals, and each learning goal gives them an opportunity to understand what is being asked for them. The first goal was foundational knowledge. Students will investigate ways physical features affect an animal's behavior and compare animal life cycles. With that particular goal, the learning activities include watching animal videos, view animal lessons, and read animal articles and online books. The way that the students will be assessed during that would be weekly discussions over animal attributes and check for understanding quizzes. Each learning goal has similar activities in the sense that it pertaining to that particular learning goal. There are 6 different ones. The outline that I will be going over gives a very basic opportunity for anybody that will want to replicate this activity to be able to understand where I started. It gives a 5 weeks overview. It gives the standards that are being asked by the state. It also gives us the opportunity to understand which standards they covered last year in kindergarten and which ones they will cover in 2nd grade in order for the alignment to continue. There are the ELPs that are being utilized or that we should utilize in order for our emergent bilinguals to receive all the accommodations that they need. It gives us some key skills and vocabulary that should be embedded into the lesson. What type of learning will my students be doing? The type of learning is a blended learning, and it is a teacher-led learning. Since I will be facilitating and controlling the student learning and how it will be presented, this will fall into the competency-based outcome. The assessments that I will be conducting will be a balance of discussion post, reflection post, and classroom interactions. My learners are being moved into deeper learning because this is a new platform for them to utilize, and blended learning is something that will also be new to them. My students are expected to utilize technology as a means of learning. Along with that, I do have some special populations in my classroom that involve GT students, emergent bilinguals, and students with IEPs. Considering those special populations, this type of learning will differentiate their learning because it enables the teacher or the instructor to include visuals, text-to-speech opportunities, and extended time, since it is at their own pace learning. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. If there are any questions, my email is on the screen.